I'm Antoinette Clarke, Emmy Award-winning producer and Senior VP of Branded Entertainment at CBS.
And I'm Tricia Clarke-Stone. I'm the co-founder and CEO of WP Narrative. WP Narrative is a creative and technology agency that focuses on redefining the rules of storytelling for brands. We were born and raised in Brooklyn by an immigrant single mom. She came to the United States from Jamaica when she was 18 years old, and she was one of 8. Our aunts and mom, they were a force to be reckoned with. They made us believe that we could do anything that we wanted. We almost felt like superheroes when we were growing up. And so much of that, I think, comes from their immigrant mentality. They migrated to the United States to basically achieve the American dream.
Growing up in Brooklyn, I used to watch the local evening news, and there was an anchor who looked like me. That gave me the confidence to believe that I could too be in the media space. I've worked at almost every daytime show. I actually worked at the Rachael show, her first season, and I ended up winning 2 Emmys from producing on the Tyra Banks show.
So I started my career in radio ad sales and launched the digital division for that company, grew it to a multi-million-dollar business, and then eventually I started my own creative and technology company.
Tricia and I wrote a book called Double Down, and it's essentially a remix rule book for boss ladies. In order to get success, you need to figure out what your superpower is. And once you figure out what your superpower is, that's when you have to cultivate the 3 C's, and that's in our book. So the first one is confidence. And if you're not confident about yourself, no one else is gonna have confidence in you.
Absolutely true.
So that's number 1. And our mom, she cultivated that confidence in us from a young age. And then the second one is cool. Cool is all about leaning into your cultural intelligence and also figuring out what your personal style is, so all of us can be cool. And then the third one is compassion. The status quo will tell you that you should not care about anyone else but yourself. But we didn't come up together, especially her and I, and everyone in the world, without caring about other people.
So once you've identified your superpowers, then you have to plant a flag in your white space. And it's all about finding how you really come to life in that. And your white space is an area of opportunity or a place where you can really innovate, solve a new problem, or reimagine how you bring something into the world. And you have to ask yourself 3 questions when you try to locate your white space. What am I good at? So that really is rooted in, and that's your passion, right? Mm-hmm. And then the next thing is, where have you really succeeded? And
cooking.
And that's your achievement. And then the final one is, why do people come to you?
Because they want dinner in 30 minutes or less.
And that is your reputation. And you've already doubled down within the white space with your oval pasta pot.
So now that you figured out your white space, is all about the long game. And you want to make sure that you're going to be legendary, not temporary. So don't get caught up with the failures and the short wins. You want to focus on...
You got to look forward.
Exactly. Focus on your North Star. So when I figured out I wanted to be a producer, it was all about blissful thinking. So I had to literally write down every single thing that it would take for me to get to be a TV producer. So I started with connection. And it's all about who I knew to get a foot into the door. And then it was what positions was I going to have to hold in order to get to being a producer. And that was a production assistant. So you start on the bottom and you work your way up. And then after that, associate producer. So you keep leveling up, and then I got to be a producer, and I won 2 Emmys.
And essentially, now that you know your long game and what your future prize is, you need to make sure you surround yourself with people that can be your elevation and also your gravity. So first, you start with your inner circle. These are the people that are your aces and your go-tos. You speak to them before you go to bed at night, and probably you text them as soon as you wake up. And for me, it is my mom.
Hi, Mom.
And this one over here. And then the next thing is your crew. And this is your extended friend group. They might not be around all the time, but when it matters, they show up and you pick up
and
right where you left
back.
off.
Right.
Exactly. Now, the work squad sometimes sifts into these 2 categories, but your work squad, they're the ones that you roll with to work and after work. And they keep you grounded and then also celebrate you when you need a lift. Finally, we have our board of advisors, and those are the people that you go to. It's your trusted counsel. Anytime you need to make a big life decision or you want a unique perspective or a point of view. And your board of advisors, the reason why I don't have any up here is because they basically can come from any of these groups.